Today something a bit different. Hopefully you can hear me. I've got my posh mic on, and I'm using the camera I haven't used for a while, so hopefully it's all good. So I'm currently on the M11 heading towards the NEC. Now some of you would have seen the Channel 5 programme. It was on actually last night, so it's Thursday the 20 something of February. Don't know what date it is actually, 24th, 26th, who knows, who cares. Important thing is I'm not at work today, which is good. I need a break. Staying on a site in Birmingham, so relatively close to the NEC, although not as close as I would like to have got. There is a site that's closer than the one I'm in, but I think a lot of the other, especially the motorhome vloggers, I think they block book for 5 years or something, you know. They probably only stay one night, but they booked the whole week. I went out to take the locks off the caravan and it started to snow. I thought, yeah, this is typical me. I mean, I think it's going to be lovely tomorrow, and I bet on Sunday it will absolutely. Don't do anything Sunday with your caravan in the Birmingham area, because it will almost definitely be tornadoes or something.
Left, 25, then keep right.
As Bob and Jenny would say, Mrs. Satnag. So yeah, Channel 5. So I know a lot of people watched it. I kind of watched the football, so I recorded it and then watched it afterwards. It was alright. I think, you know, a lot of people expected to see a bit more caravan content or even motorhome content, but they stick to a formula, don't they? Usually Channel 5 though, in fairness, they normally take the pee out of caravans and motorhomes, and well, this one they didn't. Now, interesting fact number 735, I had an email from Channel 5 last year, I think, early, but maybe this time last year, asking if I'd want to be involved in a programme, you know, and to review accessories or something. Now I'm wondering if it was that bit where that couple were doing the inflatable furniture. You saw that? Of course, I'm not at all bitter about not appearing in the programme. You know, I know how these things work, and I'm not sure that it's particularly good for the reputation either. I mean, how these things generally work, I'm guessing, is that there is this thing called the Caravan Writers Guild, which the people on there were members of, and I assume that companies go to them to get media work for people. Now I have applied, if you're watching Caravan Writers Guild, I have applied twice. One time you ignored me, the second time you said you'd get back to me and never did. Very poor. I don't understand why, but you know, at least tell me you think I'm a clown, and you know, it's not like I want a load of media work. I was actually I was applying to see if they would let me in. Now there is another reason, I was being a bit naughty really. There is what's going on with the camera? Anyway, there is sorry, I got a gimbal, and for some reason it's kind of a 45-degree angle. Am I a 45-degree angle? Maybe not. Maybe it's working out with the leaning of the car. Yeah, it is. Anyway, yes, I was being a bit naughty, because there is well, if you follow our Facebook group, you know that there was a little bit of a hoo-ha a while ago, and because they accused our Facebook group of stirring something up, which actually we didn't, and I took offence to it, and one of those people is reasonably senior in the Caravan Writers Guild. Now I'm not saying that's why I wasn't let in. So I haven't been to the NEC for a couple of years now. I was due to go to one in October 2019, so just before the pandemic hit. Unfortunately I was in hospital, so I missed it, which was a shame. There you are. These things happen. Back to normal now, and we're off to the NEC. Like I say, go to the site now, get set up, and then hop over to NEC Thursday afternoon. This will come out sometime after that, so there's no point in me saying if you're there, give me a shout. Hopefully if you are there, you will see me and will talk to me. Oh, tunnel. Ooh, spooky. As you can see, the rain's pretty poor at the moment. Hopefully it will improve. So I've just stopped at the Oxford services on the M40. There are spaces for lorries and caravans, but it's one of those ones where you have to go in front way, so in a little while I've got to reverse out, and there's a big lorry beside me, so I won't be able to see, so just edge out carefully. Anyway, one of the good things about solo caravanning is that you can eat egg sandwiches and nobody complains about the smell, apart from me, of course. I was going to sit in the caravan, but it's freezing in there. Car's warmer, so that's where I'll sit. However, obviously the good thing about having a caravan is I could use the toilet. So what I normally do is go over to the shop and get a coffee, but Mandy's normally with me, so if I went, I'd have to put the locks on, which is part of my insurance. If you don't look at your insurance, it'll say if you leave your caravan unattended, you've got to put the locks on. Yeah, what we normally do is Mandy stays here in the car and I run over to get a coffee, but of course, as I'm on my own, you know, that's the thing. I think I'd be better organised. Actually, if it wasn't so cold in the caravan, I would make a cup of tea in there just on the stove. Oh well, I'll have to just stick with Evian. Actually, it's not Evian, it's an empty Evian bottle that we've filled up from home. Reuse your plastic, folks. Right, interesting bit of reversing here. If this will pick me up the camera. I've got a lorry just to the right of me and a lorry to the left of me. And I've got to just back out into the, well, into the abyss. Let's give it a go. I can't see bugger all. I'll have to just hope there's nothing there. Hopefully somebody bibs if very tricky. That wasn't fun. Still, good practice for the international caravan vlogger. Reverses again. Right.
Turn right on 1040, then enter the roundabout.
That's us done. Oxford
At the
Services.
roundabout, take the second exit. M40.
Yeah, you got to park in with lorries, which isn't ideal. Let's get this show on the road. I'm getting quite near to the site now. Maybe another 12 minutes. Just checking the old sat nav there. Another 12 minutes and I'll be there. So I'll unhook, sort myself out and whiz over to the NEC for a couple of hours this afternoon. Been quite a windy day actually. Although I have to say this caravan and car is a really good match. I mean, I've driven a number of matches over the years and you know, this is really good. I don't know if it's a mix of the twin axle and the car having all sorts of bits and pieces on it, like wind assist and four-wheel drive and all that sort of stuff. And it's a reasonably large car, although not a biggest SUV. Been good traffic. Traffic's been okay. Now, like I say, I stopped in Oxford Services and they only seem to have the bays where you go front into them, so you have to reverse out. And as I kind of showed you there, I don't know how well it kind of came out, but I had two lorries either side of me and I had to back out and obviously turn at the same time. And at one point I was really close to clipping the caravan on the lorry on the right, so I had to kind of go forward, wiggle about a bit and come out again, but it was okay. I had no idea if there was anybody behind me, but you can see as I was reversing out there was a couple of vans and lorries that just whizzed past. You'd think they'd just wait and let you. Anyway, they don't. So I'm just on the M40 now, junction 3. I'm coming off at junction 3. What? I'm coming off junction 3? Coming off junction 3 to the site. So I'm coming from the south, heading north, junction 3.
Take exit 3 on the left to A435, then enter the roundabout.
Hopefully you can see that camera's okay because I've got a sucker pad holding it on. Looks alright.
take the third exit to A435.
Third exit, A435. Both these lanes. So it's a beautiful day now. Like I say, when I was hooking up at home, it was snowing and raining, freezing. I'm looking out for any clouds so that when, hopefully when I get there, it doesn't pour down just as I decide to reverse onto the pitch. So we're only 3 minutes away now. So A435. Oh, the lights have treated me well. Call me Mr. Green Light. Ah, these are red. Oh, we're just here on the left apparently.
Turn left onto Hill Lane, then take the first right.
Oh, not here. Yeah, I think there's a couple of ways of getting into this site. Maybe before I've come in on the M6. This is the, I think I've come this way, and it's not ideal, but I am using Avtex, Garmin Avtex motorhome, Caravan and motorhome sat nav, so should be all right. Good start. Yay! International caravan vlogger. Drive anywhere. Ooh, watch out. Yeah, I think this is kind of the back way in.
Turn right onto Chapel Lane.
Ah, okay, I come in a different way. I think I came home this way before. As we know, it is on Chapel Lane.
In a quarter of a mile, arrive at Chapel Lane on the right.
Cheers, thank you. Yes, as you'd have seen there is a chapel, hence Chapel Lane, I guess. So it's just round this corner. I'll just face it that way a bit more. So there's a chapel there. Hopefully you can see that slightly on the left. And it's just about 1 o'clock now, so it's a pretty good time in. And then here, left and right, I believe.
Arriving at Chapel Lane on the right.
Lost weekends. This is quality caravan vlogging.
CaravanVlogger.